Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome to another video. This is not really gonna be an EVE Online video, but since EVE Gunjack has just been announced, I do think it's good for me to quickly give you guys my opinion on that and my analysis. So let's head out to the couch here, and yeah, let's take a look at that news post, which is going to basically introduce us to a new game that CCP has been developing. So let's go for browser right here, introducing Gunjack. So first of all, Gunjack is going to be a VR arcade shooter coming for the Samsung Gear. So right off the bat, I do have like two disappointments. One is my own doing. I read somewhere that CCP had basically claimed the name of Gunjack, EVE Online Gunjack. And so people were expecting something to happen with that, but I read that it could have been like a rebranding of Legion, which then would have been awesome, of course, if we had news on Gunjack and it would actually be a rebranding of Legion. But it is entirely my own fault, of course, expecting that to be the outcome and not seeing Gunjack as its own title, which it obviously is. And the other disappointment is only for the Samsung Gear VR platform, so not coming for the PC. This basically is about the whole 3D thing, you know. I'm still waiting out. I'm not sure how successful this is going to be, and I'm very hesitant to put any money on that at the moment. So I'm not buying any of those VR gears that are planned and in development just yet. I want to wait to see reviews, to see actual gameplay, to see what's available, to see if there's anything that looks like it could be fun that I would like to play, to buy and play. And so yeah, it's not gonna be for me, of course. EVE Online Gunjack, a VR shooter. Now there is a link to the trailer right here inside the news post, so you can check that out. I think the visuals look pretty good. I read in the comments as well that this was developed by a small team at CCP Shanghai, so it was actually developed in-game. But my own reading of this development is I don't think it will have cost CCP that much money and that much effort. A lot of this technology will have been developed as part of EVE Valkyrie, which they definitely want to do, and the community is right behind that. This feels like it's a lot smaller in scope, and it is just a way for them to have a title come out with the launch of the Samsung Gear VR. And so the strategy that I'm seeing that CCP is trying to do here is to be one of the first AAA developers that is developing and has games out for whatever VR platform comes out, whether it's Samsung Gear or any of the others. And so from that perspective, I feel that this is not betting the farm, you know. This is just gonna be like a VR shooter. It doesn't seem, it's definitely not to the scale and scope of EVE Online, Dust 514 or Legion or something like that. It's much smaller. It's just getting a title out there that is going to hopefully be bought by a lot of early adopters of the VR. And if that does become successful, CCP should be able to ride that wave and thus have these games become successful. But I think that their costs and their actual investment in something like Gunjack here will have been decently limited, so that overall we shouldn't feel bad that they've made this, that they want to do this. CCP is a company after all, and all of this should be part of them trying to expand, to have other revenue streams than just EVE Online, which I think only makes sense, you know. If something did happen to EVE Online at some point, for some reason the wrong competition comes out all of a sudden, it could be quite problematic for CCP, which at the moment only really has one stable source of revenue. So the field that CCP wants to get in is 3D, which I think makes sense, considering that the universe they're trying to create is a sci-fi space universe, absolutely perfect for 3D. It's not like they can hope to compete with like a card game or a MOBA or anything like that. That's just too full. CCP does, I think, if they want to diversify their game roster, they have to find something new, and I think 3D absolutely makes sense. So yeah, on a personal front, I am a little bit disappointed because it's not Legion news. It's on a Samsung Gear, which I'm not planning to buy right off the bat or anything like that. So it's not like I'm going to be able to play it. On the other hand, I feel that this was probably a small enough investment by CCP. This is an opportunity that they want to take, the whole 3D hype or the 3D change of, possibly a 3D change of the gaming landscape, and they want to be at the forefront there. They want to be that AAA developer that has games out for 3D, for VR, once those platforms become available to the general public. So from that perspective, I think it's still an okay move by CCP. The concept of it, so you're like a gunner on a mining ship, and then you have to shoot pirates or whatever comes in your belt to try and steal the riches that you're mining. Well, I guess it works like anything else for just a straight up arcade shooter. The Abaddon in the trailer, that did look pretty damn cool. How long are you going to be able to play something like that for? I'm not sure. That completely depends, of course, on how in-depth this game goes. Personally, I don't think that it's going to be like super in-depth. It's an arcade shooter. You just play that for fun. Just basically aim, pull the trigger a little bit. It's going to be very fast-paced from what I saw in the trailer, and yeah, hopefully it can become like a hook, you know, something that people can try out for a VR, and then they see, oh, this is EVE Online, that's a huge battleship coming in, we could actually fly that in EVE Online. Maybe I should really take a look at that game and see what that is like, and thus yeah, create more new players for EVE Online. That's probably going to be a part of the strategy here. But yeah, check out the Gunjack trailer. It's not going to be something that I'll be buying or playing anytime soon, but this seems to be the strategy that CCP is going for at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that, I think, and my analysis of the situation at EVE Online Gunjack. Feel free to post your thoughts in the comments. I'm very interested to see what other people think. On the Reddit thread, I already saw a lot of people that feel like this was a huge waste of development. As I've said, I actually think that this will be pretty limited in scope, and a lot of technology will already have been in-house. And the fact that CCP wants to be at the forefront of 3D, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. If a company wants to be successful, they have to diversify, find new things to become basically the leader in. And a lot of the other markets are saturated, you know, MOBAs, shooters, card games, you know, those are really hot at the moment. And so it's not like CCP has a lot of other options of upcoming technology or upcoming niches where they could try and carve out their own place. So yeah, that's my analysis of this. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time.